Hey guys, Sherman here with the Daily Dose episode 6. Just so you guys know, I'm recording all of these and putting them on YouTube as well, so that if you want to go back and look at them, you can check them out on our YouTube channel. I'll post the link in the comments below just so you guys can keep up with it. We're going to be doing this for a complete year, so not including weekends, I imagine we'll have about 300 videos. So that'll be pretty exciting to see how it improves over the course of that time. How's everyone doing? I see people starting to log on. Hope everyone's having a great day up here in Gainesville. It's a nice day. It's a little cooler than I like, but it should be a good day. Tonight's the night that they announced the CrossFit Open workouts. So anyone that does CrossFit, this is a big day. The Open is here. It's a time of fun, pain, just all of that stuff sort of put together. It's an exciting time though. This is my first year that I don't have any extra stress on me, just doing the workout. So I'm excited about that. Feel pretty good going in. No expectations, just to have a lot of fun. So I'm excited. Should be a good time. I've been demolishing the book. I hope you guys really get this book. Make sure you get it. I'm a little bit more than halfway finished now. I'm not going to talk about it yet. Next week, talk about it a little bit, but I want you guys to really take the time, find the book. It's by Daymond John, one of the sharks of the Shark Tank, the inventor of FUBU, The Power of Broke. It has some really good stories on here. So make sure you get this book ASAP. Amazon, I think it's $12, $13 or something. So get this book, start reading it, turn off the TV, stay off of Facebook, and read. Find the time to read. This is a great book. I'm excited about it. First thing that we're going to talk about today, we're going to talk about pricing. Pricing your product or your service if you have your own business or if you're thinking about it, because that's going to be very key when you're first starting off and the longer that you plan to grow your business. When you're first starting off with pricing is one of those things that no one really likes to talk about, but it's very important to the growth of your business, to the revenue, to the bottom line and all that stuff. Regardless of what anyone tells you, you open a business to make money, right? It's not all about the money at times, I don't think, but you open a business to make money. So don't let people tell you that, you shouldn't charge what you're worth, what your product is worth, because at the end of the day, it's your business. You're the one who's going to have to eat and breathe and live in that business. But pricing is very important. You definitely need to do a little research and stuff like that. There's more to pricing than just, whatever the product costs or the service costs. I think that for the most part, you have to really understand what others are paying around you, right? Because if everyone is super low or high, you need to have sort of a starting point of where they are, and then you can make your decisions based on there. But if you don't have any idea what the people around you are charging, then you come in super low or super high. It's going to make it tougher because people are going to shop around for sure. I see it all of the time in my line of work. People are going to call my gym, ask me how much it costs. I'm going to tell them. Then they're going to go around and search other gyms. Some people are only worried about price, which is fine, and if that's the case, they may or may not join our gym, and I'm totally fine with that. In the beginning, when you're first starting off, it is very difficult to let someone walk away because you're thinking some money is better than no money, which is not necessarily the case. You do not want to have your product associated with being cheap. When you become a business owner, your mindset will definitely change. Right now, you may only shop on value and stuff like that. But once you become a business owner, you're gonna realize that the time that you put in, the product that you're offering is very, very important, and it's key. So do not adjust your prices just because one or two people tell you that it's too high or they say they can't afford it. It is not your problem that someone says they can't afford your product, because this is America. I believe strongly in this. People will pay for what's important to them. If it's not important to them, they won't pay for it. Simple. So when someone comes to my gym and says it's too high, it's not that important to them. You know, being at my gym, you know, being at another gym may be that important to them, so they may pay. But they may come to my gym and say, oh, that price is just a little too high for them. You know, they don't see the value. It's not that important to them. Really the cool thing about that is the more experienced you become, the more your business grows. You'll definitely realize that some people are going to pay, some people aren't going to pay. And you're really selling quality, right? Like Jeff Evans talking about. You're talking about quality. You don't care about quantity. I try to get this across to anyone that I help. It is better to have one person paying you $10,000 per month than having 100 people combined paying you $10,000 a month. Of course, all your marbles are in sort of one basket with that one person. But if you're able to focus strictly on them and give them exactly what they want, exactly when they need it, exactly how they need it, why would they leave? Right? So let's think about that on a smaller scale. I'll use my line of work just because it's easy. It is easier for me to have 100 members, 100 people in my gym paying me $300 per month, right? I have to take care of 100 people. Yes, they're paying a premium rate, $300 per month to be in my gym, right? I can take care of 100 people. Me and my staff can take the best care of them possible. That's about $30,000, right? But let's say if we have 300 people, so we have a much bigger gym, right? 300 people, they're only paying us $100 per month, right? Still, the math is the same, but look at the amount of work that has to come for you to service 300 people as opposed to 100. On top of that, they're going to be wearing your equipment down, using your product, using your service. So you're doing a lot of work for the same amount of money. Remember, as we want our businesses to grow to a larger scale, we don't want to work more, right? In the beginning, when you're a young, immature business owner, you think it's better for me to be cheaper so people will shop around and see I'm the cheapest guy in town, which may get some people in the door, but it's not going to make people stay, right? I figured that out from the beginning. We have, there's different guys run their gyms different way, but you don't want to be the cheap guy in town by any means, because when it's cheaper, people will associate your product with being cheap, right? You don't want your product to be associated with being cheap. Now, you just can't throw out a price, where this is where a little market research is going to come into play. You just can't throw out a price and pray and hope that people pay it, because you have to find that sweet spot. You can't underprice your product, because then you're going to work like crazy and not make any money. And at the same time, you can't overprice it, because then no one's going to pay for it. So you definitely have to find that sweet spot, which you do some research by your competitors around you, even by guys that's not around you. You can find people that are doing what you're planning on doing, and they're doing it very well. You can ask them, offer to take them out to lunch. If that's not possible, reach out to them via phone, email, see if you can set up a time with them, because most people will help you if they see that you're really trying to do something right. That pricing is so important. Too often, people just think you can just throw up a price and people are going to pay it. That's not the case. So figure out your pricing, right? You want to be dialed in into what the customer really wants, right? You want to know what they want, because they want it, they'll pay for it. If they don't, they won't, right? So that's very, very simple. Like that's something that you have to take seriously when you're first starting off your business. And then discounts. Let's talk about discounts. A lot of people shop on discounts, right? If you're selling a product, if you're selling clothing or something like that, I'm not an expert in that field, so I can't really talk about discounts, but I know you don't want to discount anything, long term or anything like that. But if you're in the service industry, discounts can be killer. Discounts will put you out of business, right? Because if you're giving this person 10% off, this person 15% off, that adds up over the long run, especially as you grow. I've known guys that have had businesses, and then when they really look back and try to get their business under control, they'll have all these people, and they're thinking they should be making this amount of money, but they realize that they have Jeff Evans, Groupon stuff. They have discounted, you could be discounting an extra $20,000, $30,000 per year just by the click of a button. And why? Just because this person, I'll use my line of work, it's simple again. At my gym, I don't give student discounts. There's nothing wrong with being a student. I went to student, undergrad, grad school. There's nothing wrong with that, but that's a decision that I made, right? So I don't feel that I'm going to give a student a discount just because they're deciding to be a student to make themselves better long term. There's nothing wrong with that. That is totally fine. When I was in college, I had to make sacrifices to do certain things, and at certain times I just couldn't do things. So that's totally fine. Same thing, I have some buddies that are in the military. They're currently in the military and they have gyms, and they don't give military discounts, right? That's what they believe in, what they stand for. There's nothing wrong with that. I just want to tell you guys, be careful with the discounts, because once you start giving out discounts, most people are only going to do business with you when you give discounts. Here at my gym, I don't give discounts for anything. Multiple family members, college students, firefighters, no one gets a discount. No one gets a discount. That keeps it fair across the board. I feel that me and my staff work very hard. We provide a top-notch service, so we just don't discount. I'm not saying discounts are totally wrong, but they can hurt you in the long run. Imagine if you have thousands of members and you're giving each one of them a little 10% off. So off each person is not that big a deal. Say if it's $7-8, but you have 2,000 people buying that service. $7 times 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 people. That adds up over the long term. All right. So you guys make sure that you be careful with those discounts. That's key. Last thing we're going to touch on before I get out of here is waking up early. I know there's different schools of thoughts out there. I'm not a morning person. I'm a night person, this and that. My advice to you guys is wake up early. Start grinding early. Go to bed earlier. Certain seasons, there's time you have to, wake up early, stay up late. But I'm from the school, I want to wake up super early and go to bed earlier, right? Because if you can get up before the sun gets up, 4:30, 5 o'clock, in the morning, everything's slow. You can wake up, you can get so much stuff done before the day gets going, before your phone start ringing, before people start emailing you, before people need help. From 5 to 8:30 a.m., those 3.5 hours, I can get much more work than I can through the entire rest of the day, right? Because I don't have anyone asking for anything. It's quiet. I can be super focused, So if you're not a morning person, that's fine. Like I said, a couple things. My pro tip is put your alarm across the room, jump up, get it, go jump in the shower. Once you get in that shower, you're good to go once you get out. Take your nice cold shower if you have to. Get that blood going so you can start working. You can't sleep in until 7:30, 8 o'clock, then start working. Well, you can. You'll be going to someone else's job, and there's nothing wrong with that if that's what you want. But if you're talking about doing your own thing, you need to be hitting that pavement early, right? Wake up 5 o'clock trying to go to bed by 10 o'clock or so at the latest. It's a bad night for me if I'm in the bed at 11 o'clock or so, because I know that alarm's going to go off at 5:30 every single morning. All right? So that's all I have for you guys today. Hope this helped. I'll be on tomorrow. Remember, tell a friend to tell a friend. I'm out.